That's right, guys, I did it. I sold out, sort of. In my last video, you saw me build a standing desk for my office using some wood from a tree that came down when the woods behind my house were being cleared. In that video, I talked about all the features of the desk and how great it was, but didn't really talk much about the tabletop build itself, which was the part I was actually most excited about. This wood came from a log that was destined for a burn pile when the woods behind my house were being cleared. This log called to me, begging for new life, so I made it a personal mission to save it. After unsuccessfully trying to move it with a four-wheeler, a truck, a mower, some levers, straps and chains, and, that good old-fashioned brute strength, I ended up giving one of the dirt movers $20 to pick it up and drop it in my backyard. Which he did. Some time passed and I made the decision that the wood that I had milled would be great as my desktop. What I was using before and had been using for years was a 2x4 and plywood Frankenstein's monster of a desk that was honestly embarrassing as I, make things out of wood for a living. So all of that brings us up to making the desk and how it got turned into a commercial of sorts. So in this video, I want to revisit the project and tell you a little bit how I ended up doing a commercial for that company. And now I'm not going to make more content with their name as they're not really paying me to do so. I'm kind of a big deal now. If you want to learn more about it or where to get that stand, you can search for that video and give it a look. It's still up there. So how did I even get involved with that company? Simply put, they reached out. As some videos pop off or gain some semi-viral success, they hit the radars of other companies looking to advertise. They send out messages, kind of like fishing, to see if they can catch an influencer. Yes, me as an influencer. That's something. The video that was bringing in a lot of attention at that point, and the video that probably brought a lot of you here, was the one about me quitting my job to become a woodworker. I'll link that for your viewing pleasures. I get a lot of these emails and messages and DMs asking me to promote anything from shoes and athletic gear to tools made by overseas companies to desks. At first, I would say yes to just about anything, asking for a post of some sort in exchange for free product. I mean, who doesn't love free stuff? But then I talked with a friend/mentor of mine, someone with a lot of experience in brand deals, and I was confronted with the truth about what I was doing. That sounds kind of dramatic, like something nefarious was happening, but it's really not that serious. Basically, it boils down to time and skill and how that equates to money. Does the time and skill to make a video or post justify the free product? If a company was to pay for a commercial, they would spend thousands to hire a production company to script and film and edit and deal with lights and sound. Yeah, but I'm getting free stuff, right? Kind of. How much would you charge to do all of that if the product wasn't involved? You might not know this, but I was also a wedding videographer for many years. And if you know anything about how much work goes into filming and editing one of those, then you know this is a unique skill set that shouldn't be taken advantage of. I might be losing the storyline here. Don't sell yourself short. Now we're back on track. I like building things with wood, and I charge appropriately for my services to do that. I like filming videos, and I charge appropriately for doing that as well. I'm not sure if I can completely get into the deal I made with the last company. Contracts and NDAs and all of that mess is a whole other issue. But the long and short of it is that I fulfilled my end of the deal. I now have a desk that I enjoy, and I'll let you fill in the blanks. Wow. Where are we? Yes, I'm still building the table, woodworking, videos, editing, YouTube. These are all things I enjoy for me, and after the last go-round, I decided I will be way more picky when deciding what companies I will work with. If the free product is worth the effort put in, I might consider it. But also, and more specifically regarding tools, I have most of what I need. I don't need another free bandsaw or drill press when I already have a bandsaw and a drill press. I don't need to perpetuate a cycle of paying influencers less than what they're worth in the name of a free button maker. In the future, if you see me working with anyone, it's because they are paying me appropriately and they have a product that I genuinely like and will use and would be excited to tell anyone and everyone about. So all of that being said, this tabletop brings me great joy. The story of where the wood came from, again, link for your viewing pleasures, the fact that I saved it from a burn pile and that I use it nearly every day to edit and create are all the reasons I wanted to share and showcase its conception and creation. Woodworker stuff. All right, let's bring this home. Selling out. Is that even a thing? Have I sold my soul for the promise of fame and fortune, all in the name of a free desk base? Nah, Are there people out there that would jump at the opportunity to make content for free stuff? Of course. Is that a bad thing? Not at all. I realize this video might sound like I'm just dumping on this company, but that really isn't the intent. I've just spent some time reflecting, and again, simply put, just make sure to take pride in your work, your skill set, and abilities. And of course, make sure that the juice is worth the squeeze. To that company, if you somehow find this video, I appreciate the opportunity. I do really like the desk. And to everyone else out there, I appreciate you hanging out and watching. I hope that you hit that subscribe button and stick around for some more content. Again, thank you for all of your support, and we'll catch you in the next one.